Alright, bago po tayo magsimula, pray muna tayo. Lord, salamat po sa magandang gawa na inulit niyo po sa amin sa Philippine Sports, para sa amin, sa aming mga pamilya. Ngayon po ay bumalik na po sa level 1 o new normal sa Metro Manila, ito pong lugar. Sana po may balik sa amin natin sa dati ang aming mga buhay namin noon na maging masigla at maging kaaya-aya ang ating Philippine sports at ipagdasal natin ang mga atleta natin na lalaban para po sa karangalan para sa ating bayan sa darating na SEA Games. Salamat po sa magandang kalusugan, magandang pangangatawan na nakamit po natin sa araw-araw, na-maintain po namin at sana matapos po ang pandemya na aming inaharap na maraming naapektuhan at maraming buhay na nasawi dahil dyan sa pandemyang ito. Panalangin nyo rin ang kapayapaan para sa bansang Russia at Ukraine na sana matapos na ang gulo dyan sa lugar niyan at maabot nila ang kanilang kapayapaan sa kanilang lugar. Ito ang aming hiling sa ngalan ni aming Panginoong Jesucristo. Amen. Pasensya na po, medyo late lang at welcome sa Rated G. It's 7:50 this evening of February 28. Thank you for joining us as we getting closer now to the opening of the SEA Games. Bago yan, ay papakilala ko muna sa iyo ang aking, wala kasi Boss Ed muna ha. So, ipapakilala po natin muna ang ating mga guests natin. Unahin natin siyempre, from the Philippine Table Tennis Federation Incorporated, ang kanilang presidente, Boss Ting Ledesma. Boss Ting, magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po, Gab. At of course, si Ernest, pag-imbita sa amin sa Philippine Table Tennis Federation and our coaches here in Sports on Air. Thank you so much po.
Thank you, Boss Ting, at ang ating mga national coaches. Team, Coach Lauro Crisostomo.
Good evening. Thank you sa pag-invite niyo sa amin, Gab Pereiras and Sir Ernest Leo Hernandez. God bless po.
Thank you, Coach Lauro, at sa ating women's national team, Coach Buding Comendador.
Good evening po. Salamat po sa pag-invite sa amin sa pag-interview. Salamat po.
At si Coach Joan Ramenesis. Good evening po.
Good evening po sa lahat, lalo na po sa lahat ng mga andito ngayon na kasama natin ngayong gabi po. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-ibita sa amin at parang itong SEA Games primary kasi we are down to the last 2 months before the 2022 SEA Games held in Hanoi this May. At Coach Ting, kamusta? Unang tanong ko sa iyo, at itatanong ko na rin sa ibang national coaches, kamusta na po ang training ng bubble ng ating Philippine Table Tennis team dyan sa Pasig ba yun? Can you tell us more about itong bubble training sa ngayon?
Good evening. Bali, ang ating national team nandito sa Provident Village, Marikina. At dito din location ng ating table tennis club, Provident Table Tennis Club, owned by our very own and very supportive attorney, Abet Reyes. So, siya yung sumusuporta sa amin para hindi humihinto ang ating pagte-training ng mga national team for bound to SEA Games Vietnam, Hanoi. At maganda din po ang lagay nila sa kanilang bubble training. May sariling bahay, which is I'm here right now sa bahay nila together with the national coaches and national team. Nandito po ako ngayon sa bubble bahay nila. Yeah.
Okay, dumako naman tayo sa mga coaches mismo. Your observations sa training ng ating men's national team, Coach Lauro, habang tumatagal, lalong ini-improve ang skills nila coming before the SEA Games.
Habang patagal, habang malapit na yung SEA Games, pahirap yung training namin. Okay? Nagda-thrice a day na kami para maabot namin yung pinaka-goal namin para sa SEA Games.
Thank you, Coach Lauro. Sa women's team naman, Coach Buding, anong latest sa women's team? Kagagaling kayo dun sa selection process eh. At ano ang assessment nyo sa training right now? Intense na ba sa ngayon?
Ngayon po, maganda na po yung nangyari galing pa lang sa ranking. Talagang ginaganahan sila mag-training. Everyday naman, 3 beses na kami nagtitraining, nakafocus na kami para sa SEA Games. So talagang yan na yung pinapagandaan namin. Nakafocus kami sa mga weakness ngayon, sa mga kalaban.
Coach Johan, may dadagdag ka ba?
Sa ngayon po, siyempre, medyo malapit na yung SEA Games sa part namin sa coaches, sa management, kahit papaano may konting pressure pero doon naman kami na-challenge din kahit papaano na alam namin na yung mga players namin kayang makipagsabayan sa darating na SEA Games na to.
Maraming salamat mga coaches. Balikan ko lang si Coach Ting. Kumusta ang training ng national team? As far as I know, everyday naman yung training, yung strength and conditioning. At minsan nakikipag-tune up ka rin sa mga national team members para kahit papaano maasa din sila pagdating sa mga kalaban nila this coming SEA Games.
Right now, intense na yung mga training nila because of our masisipag na mga coaches, si Coach Lauro, Coach Johan, and Coach Buding na nagbabantay at naggagabay sa mga national team. Well, of course, as much as possible, hindi natin pinapabayaan na yung mga players natin na magkaroon ng mga maraming sparring partner, sparring player. Kaya pati ako sumasali na din sa sparring para ma-enhance din yung mga national team na makapalo yung mga iba-iba klaseng laro. And recently po, dumating din yung isang player from France at nag 2 weeks stay siya sa amin. Ano po siya? Bali si Edward name niya at he is also a Filipino citizen, dual citizen siya, France at ano na rin siya, bali he's training in France, always start siguro 12 years old pa lang nag-start na siya ng training. Until now he's 21 years old and he's top level also, nagkipag-train siya sa atin and he's also very he wants to become a national team also in the future and represent our country. Hopefully itong darating na itong start ng March, magkakaroon na ang Philippine Table Tennis Federation ng PTTF Challenge nationwide, which is the champion will be automatic qualify for the national selection this coming August 2022. And the venue will be determined very soon.
So ano magiging format nitong PTTFI challenge na yon na ipapakilala nyo in the coming months?
Again.
So ano magiging format nitong challenge? Parang national selection rin for dun sa selection process for the Asian Games, di ba?
Ito yung parang preparation for the SEA Games na to, Cambodia na po to, bali national selection na to. Kasi po to, bali ang format nito is every region will have PTTF challenge 10 to 15 PTTF challenge. Ayun yung mga magsi-champion po doon ay automatic will qualify for the national selection this coming August. So they will conduct a 10 to 15 PTTF challenge sa kanilang region. Yun, bawat region magkakaroon ng ganyan.
Pero nakadepende pa rin yan sa magiging alert levels ng ipapatupad ng ating government.
Yes po, yes po. Siyempre, tayo ay susunod sa guidelines ng ating IATF protocols.
Yun, para mas maingat tayo lahat kasi hindi pa tapos itong pandemic kahit alert level 1 na bukas. So, diretso tayo sa usapang SEA Games. First of all, nagka-submit na kayo mga listahan ng players na maglalaro dyan sa SEA Games. Can we get the names ng ating mga players na lalaog for the SEA Games? Yung mga background nila. I know personally si John Naire, dating Youth Olympian. Kate Cruz, naka-interview ko na rin dati, top 10 doon sa World Junior Rankings. So, paano natin, papakilala muna natin yung mga members natin for the SEA Games now.
Ako na ba magpapakilala? Ako na ba?
Ikaw muna, tapos yung mga coaches.
Bali, ang SEA Games natin, nag-submit na po tayo ng entry by numbers, no? 5 men's and 5 women's. And 3 coaches. And the entry by names naman po, sa men's natin, walang binago. So, si Richard Gonzalez, John Marinaire, John Russell Misal, John Michael Castro, Japet Adasa. So, sa women's naman po, si Amy Rose Dael, Caitlin Cruz, Angelo Joyce Laude, Cheryl May Otanes, Keshiben Ablasa.
O yun, nabanggit natin yung mga pangalan nila. Pero as far as I know, 3 lang yung in-approve ng POC. Si Gonzales, si Misal, sa si Naire. Kasi maganda ang track record nila sa mga international competitions. And the rest, kailangan yung pang i-shoulder sa mga private sponsors. Hindi kaya parang fundraisers, boosting.
Opo. Bali, gaya ng sinabi ko dati, bali ang approve lang po 3 men's players and 1 coaches. The rest, category B na sila bumabagsak. So, it will be shouldered by our NSA ang mga expenses nila. And we are ready for that. We find it that it's better than nothing, no? Better than don't give us a chance. This time, it is very clear na binigyan tayo ng chance, and we want to prove something. We want to prove that our women's team can make it this time. Yun ang pinaka-importante dito. We will prove that we will get that gold medal in this coming Southeast Asian Games.
Okay, tanungin natin ng mga coaches. Thank you muna kay Ting. Sa mga coaches, balik tayo. So far, ano yung atmosphere experience nyo sa training camp with the players, yung 5 men and 5 women na players natin, knowing na nawalay sila sa kanilang mga magulang at syempre, bumubuo ng friendship sa bubble. May dormitory ba sila? Anong mga health protocols na kailangan sundin sa bubble? Simulan ko muna kay Coach Buding ulit.
Dito po sa bubble, buo namin yung syempre yung respeto, tsaka yung yung bonding namin. Yung bonding namin sa bahay, iba. At saka sa training, nagagawa namin, sobrang relax kasi sobrang magkakilala na sila. Sobrang tagal namin magbago. So, talagang pag nandun na sa training, talagang, kasi sa team kasi may team event yan eh. Kailangan may bonding yan eh. 7 event kasi kami. Kaya maganda rin talaga nakabubble kasi para alam nila yung doubles, mag-uusap sila sa mixed doubles. So malaki talaga yung chance na manalo kami sa SEA Games kasi nakabubble kami lahat. At saka nasi-check ko sila. Nasi-check ko sila kung anong ginagawa. gabi.
Coach Johan?
Idagdag ko lang po siguro, no? Since na, yun nga po, nakabubble kami. So, maganda yung monitoring ng coaches, saka maliban, pati na rin po yung management namin sa mga players. Dahil nga po, naka-intact kami ngayon dito sa bahay, no? At the same time, yung training venue namin, halos malapit lang din dito. Saka very very accommodating po si attorney. Yun po, wala kaming problema pagdating sa training dahil andun po lahat ng mga equipment na kailangan namin.
Coach Lauro?
Yun, yung advantage lang siguro na nakabubble yung mga players, yung makapag-training kami ng mabuti, hawak namin yung oras namin, and kahit anong oras kami mag-training, morning and afternoon, or kung gusto namin mag-double time sa gabi, naglalaro pa rin, kasi yung nga, dahil sa yung mga players, isang bahay lang. And nga, sabi ni Coach Buding, yung bonding ang pinaka-importante. And of course, yung players, hindi na pwede kung saan sila pumunta, at madisiplina namin yung mga players.
Okay, balik tayo kay Ting. So, sa tingin mo ba, magiging intense ba ang level natin ng training nyo in the coming months, knowing na merong balita ko, may mapasok na rin iba pang mga foreign sparring partners?
Masyadong matinik yung balita, but parang alam mo kagad gabi kung ano yung gagawin pa lang namin, parang alam mo na kagad. Talagang may darating po na coming from Tunisia coach, and also four sparring partner, 2 men's and 2 women's na top level in the world. Darating po dito this coming March, and they will train here together with the national team for 2 months. End of April matatapos yung training nila with the national team. Kaya tamang-tama ito para sa ating sa Southeast Asia, Vietnam, that will be May 12. So aalis naman ng bansa ang ating mga players ng May 6. So tama-tama yun at I'm sure na ready na ating mga players that time, no? For the Southeast Asian Games ng Vietnam. But by the way, I just want to greet our Secretary Gladys Escasa that it is her birthday today. Okay. Yeah.
Happy birthday!
Ayun.
Blessings to come po. Salamat sa panonood. Happy birthday. So, una yun, narinig sa Rated G, magiging plano para sa SEA Games natin. So, balik tayo sa SEA Games. Noong last SEA Games, ang Singapore, top rank. 2 golds, 3 silvers, 2 bronzes. Pangalawang Thailand, third yung host natin sa Vietnam. Ang Pilipinas, unfortunately, ay nasa top 5, yung sa pinakaibaba ng rankings because of bronze medal win kay Richard Gonzalez. At wala pa tayong gold. Wala nung naipakilala ang table tennis sa SEA Games sa form na galing sa Team Pilipinas. Ano ba yung na-expect na expectations or highlights? Kung igitan ba o maduduplika ba based sa observations sa training? Yung sa kalaban natin na hindi pa tumitigil na mag-train. Ilan na ba ang projected goals natin for the SEA Games bound national team?
Well, totoo po yan, hindi pa natin nakamit ang gold medal. But we got 2 time na nakakuha tayo ng silver medal in Southeast Asian Games. It is konting-konti na lang, sana makuha na natin. And also, yung chance also ng ating pagsasali sa Southeast Asian Games, mostly kasi hindi tayo nabibigyan ng full team, no? sumasali. Kung naalala ko, may may SEA Games na may 7 events but ilang players lang pinadala natin, hindi tayo nakasali sa lahat ng events. That time is player pa ako noon. And also yung iba naman yung players natin hindi pa handa, kulang sa training. This time iba na talaga This time talagang ang players natin ay nakabubble na sila since 2020 ng November until now. And I can say that this time it is different. This time they are well prepared, and this time they will fight for our country for sure. Ibang sitwasyon ngayon, kaya naniniwala ako na makakuha nilang at least 1 gold and 3 at least 1 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. That is what I'm projecting right now.
Pero added motivation din para sa inyo yung mga past victories niyo ng mga Olympians natin, gaya ni Idolin Diaz na best friend din ni Coach Buding.
Yes.
Of course.
Idol namin yan.
Of course, and she celebrated her birthday last week. Kaya hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin tayo nakakapag-blow out kasama natin sa kanya. Di ba, Coach Buding? Hindi pa tayo nagkikita noon ni Idolin kasi busy tayo.
Opo. In December po, nagkita kami.
Sa Ala-Ala. Speaking of Sir Richard Gonzalez, parang wala pa sa isip niya mag-retire na sa national team, Coach Ting, Boss Ting Gusto pa rin tuloy-tuloy ang training niya for the SEA Games, di ba?
Diyan ako humahanga sa ating number 1 ng ating bansa, si Richard Gonzalez, dahil po kapag tinatanong namin siya na kaya mo pa ba? Ang sagot niya lang sa amin, kayang-kaya ka pa. Kaya yun ang gusto namin sa kanya, yung paano siya mag-isip, paano siya magbigay ng ating karangalan sa ating bansa. Yan ang dapat gayahin ng bawat atleta na they won't stop playing, they won't stop dreaming that he can make it, never stop dreaming. Yan ang pinaka-importante. Kaya until now, Richard is still competitive and very strong and going more stronger each day training. Kaya hopefully this time he will get that gold medal. Yan.
Thank you, Ting. Balik tayo kay Coach Bujing at Coach Joanne. Isa sa mga produkto nga ng grassroots program ay si Kit Cruz na na-interview ko dati. Magsisilbi mo ka in the future ng ating table tennis program in the few years from now. Kumusta ang overall development ng bata pagdating sa kanyang career sa national team? Nakapag-training din siya sa China before. And I know this is her first stint, di ba, for the SEA Games, Coach Buding and Coach Joanne.
Yung syempre galing sila sa juniors. Malaki din talaga yung impact na pag dumating na sila sa national team, may idea na sila kasi siyempre naka-experience nila sa juniors So pagdating sa national team, parang hindi na sila may bago talaga sa laro. Parang kulang exposure para talagang makuha namin yung medal sa SEA Games. Lalo kay Catherine Cruz, nakikita ko ngayon sobrang malakas talaga yung in-improve niya.
Okay. Coach Johan, may dadagdag ka pa?
Yung impact po kasi na once yung player galing sa juniors, so sobrang laki po talaga. Kaya kaming mga coaches, nagpapasalamat kami sa PTTF president namin, kay Sir Ting, siyempre, kasi nga ibinalik niya yung juniors natin. Kumbaga, kasi way back mga 2000, anong year pa yon, as in halos nawala yung juniors kasi. So ang gap ng juniors sa seniors, napakalayo po talaga. So nung naibalik po yung juniors namin, kung mapapansin po natin yung mga national player natin ngayon, halos nakapasok mga juniors na. So maganda po yung kinalalabasan.
Okay, thank you. And Coach Laro, about dun sa dalawang pivotal players natin for the si John Marie Naire tsaka si John Russell Misal, ano ba ang inyong assessment mo sa dalawa?
Well, unang-una si Janay rin, nagkita ako naman na talagang nagdo-double time sa training. Everyday, yung everyday training niya talagang 100%. Kung minsan, lumalagpas sa doon sa limit niya para lang maabot ang pinaka-goal niya. And nakita ko doon sa bata na pagdating sa training, sobrang focus. Yung mga gusto niya abutin lalo na sa mga sa skills niya. And kay Russell Misal naman, pinipilit niya rin na gusto niya rin sabayan yung mga training, lalo na yung mga naabot ni Richard Gonzalez dahil yung playing style niya kagaya kay Richard Gonzalez. So yun, binibigyan na din namin ng tip lalo na si Richard kung ano gagawin para pagdating sa laro, alam niya kung ano yung gagawin niya. And always lalo na ka-double siya ni Richard Gonzalez, nag-uusap kami lagi tatlo kung ano pa yung mga dapat idagdag niya sa pagdating sa skills niya.
Thank you, Coach Lauro. So, about Coach Ting, about yung ibang members sa national pool na di kasama sa lineup ng SEA Games, meron ba silang nakalaan na competition for them soon o tuloy-tuloy pa rin training?
Wala na kaming makitang mga international competition before SEA Games, mostly kasi puro nasa Europe na yon, mga ITTF competition. Kaya minabuti na lang namin po dito na lang po sa bansa natin, magpapunta na lang tayo ng mga mga sparring partner na high level. At least araw-araw matutukan sila, araw-araw mag-i-improve sila. Compare sa sumali sila ng competition which costs a lot, very hassle din mag-travel, and nakakatakot din ngayon bumiyahe sa labas ng bansa. Yun naman po, safety first pa din kahit papano.
So, stable tayo included in the Asian Games. Meron ba bang qualifier para dito?
Nagkakaroon ng qualifier pag Olympics na po pinag-uusapan. Olympics.
Yun sa Asian Games sa Indonesia, kasama pa rin ba table tennis?
Kasama po tayo, automatic kasama po tayo.
So, para magiging transition ito from SEA Games to Asian Games, kaya ipagpatuloy pa rin yung training, walang bitawan, walang iwanan.
Yes po.
Okay. So, lipat naman ako din sa grassroots development natin ng mga athletes at pag-develop ng mga ITTF accredited umpires na galing sa sariling bansa natin. Meron ba kayong updates dito kung kailan magre-resume, knowing na maraming bata ang bakunado at the same time, lumuwag ang mga restrictions sa mga areas?
Sa ITTF, nag-uumpisa na po sila, mga junior. Nag-umpisa na po yung ITTF namin na magpa-tournament. Kaya lang medyo ang pinag-aandaan natin ngayon is the Southeast Asian Games. Kaya and also our players, which is si number 1 natin sa women, si Caitlin Cruz, ay preparing for the SEA Games na din. Kasi nga siya rin yung ating number 1 in the women's team. So if ever na after SEA Games, yun nga lang, hindi namin alam kung matutuloy ito, yung sa Russia gagawin na tournament para sa mga kabat-bata na between 16 to 14 years old. I'm not sure
ba yun?
kung
Children
matutuloy
of
pa to.
Asia ba yun? Children of Asia ba yun?
Opo. Yun ang hindi namin alam kung matutuloy. Pero sinabit na namin yung name ni Caitlin Cruz and Joshua Manlapas. So, yun na lang yung mga junior na tututukan namin na tournaments.
Okay, so sa Paris Olympics naman, are you preparing as early as now para dito sa Paris Olympics, knowing na itong last qualifiers hindi tayo nakapasok eh?
Yung Olympic qualifying talagang that is our dream, no? At it will never stop, no? It will never stop our dream, no? No one will stop na pag-dreaming na makuha yung Olympic gold medal and also Olympic ma-qualify sa Olympics, which our very own yung namayapa natin si Miss Ian Lariba will be always in our mind, and she has inspired all the kapongers in the Philippines that kung siya kaya niya makuha yan, sino pa ba ang hindi dapat mangarap makuha ulit ito? Kaya ito na ang aming dream na patuloy ito hanggang sa aming huling hininga, no, sa Philippine Table Tennis Federation, na sumunod sa yapak ni Ian Lariba na maging second Philippine Olympian or third, fourth, and that gold medal, we want to get it. Yan ang our dream.
By the way, si Ian Lariba is also a product of the LSU table tennis team. National team siya, nag-Rio. But unfortunately, dahil sa leukemia, maaga siya pumanaw. And even another member natin, si Josephine Medina, which is para table tennis naman, she passed away too recently. Your reaction on this?
Oo nga, sobrang sad din namin nung nabalitaan namin na iniwan din kami ni Josephine Medina, which is, if I'm not mistaken, birthday yata ni Yan Lariba yung that day eh. Hindi ako nagkamali. Parang parang kinuha yung dalawa nating pinakamagaling na babae na kapongers sa ating bansa. I don't know what is that meaning, but God has His plan for us. Kaya siguro we need to do something sa mga nangyari. I think this is the time, and this is soon will come, that kaya kailangan mag-strive harder pa mga national team natin.
May they rest in peace. Okay, last two questions. Coach Ting, kumusta ang supportan nyo with the Philippine Sports Commission lalo na sa pangangailangan ng mga atleta natin, especially yung allowance, yung sa psychology programs, nutrition, and everything?
Ang Philippine Sports Commission naman hindi naman tayo pinapabayaan, dahil na yung budget is itong bubble training namin. Although August na siya nag-start, binigyan kami, well, we still very thankful, no? Hopefully itong last naman namin na request for the equipments, medyo hindi kami na-approve, but we are working on it. Sana ma-approve yung equipment kasi lalo na yung sport namin, it's equipment based, no, at napaka-importanting kailangan ng mga players natin ng mga equipment, at yun ang pag-asa din nila, no, para ma-enhance yung mga laro nila bawat araw. Nasisira sila bawat gamit, no. Sana mabigyan tayo na ma-approve yung budget natin ulit at ma-reconsider yung mga request ng PTTF. At kasi kami kahit naman dininay nila yung request sa amin naman ng players directly sa mga NSA, tuloy-tuloy namin binibigyan yun. Hindi naman namin pwedeng sabihing gamitin nyo muna, kahit sira na yan, gamitin nyo muna. Hindi naman namin pwedeng gawin yun. Pag nasira, palitan kagad. Ganun yun eh. Ganun dapat, dahil ang equipment napaka-importante. Kaya mostly talagang abono ng abono dito sa sitwasyon namin bilang isang NSA board members.
Last question before we say goodbye to our first half ng Rated G. Pansin ko lang, every time na bumisita ka sa mga table tennis club all over the country para makipagkumustahan, nagipag-exhibition match ka rin sa iba pa mga club members, di ba? Napanood ko nga sa YouTube many times. Minsan, nananalo ka sa laban compared dun sa mga bata. Ikukwenta niyo sa amin to, Coach Ting.
Bale, ako naman nag-isip ako paano namin i-promote ang sport, no? At hangga't maaari mapapasaya namin yung mga kabataan, mga taga-probinsya. Kaya lagi ko ginagawa is mag 1K challenge ako. 1K challenge, ibig sabihin, talunin niyo ako, meron kayo 1K. Pag tinalo ko kayo, wala lang, okay lang. Basta importante, talunin niyo ako. So, kaya kada punta ko sa bawat lugar, actually, pumipila sa akin, may higit 10 player, mga higit 20. Medyo huminto tayo siya. Bumagsak yung balikat ko na-injured. Kaya medyo naglaylo muna ako. Matanda na pala ako. Hindi ko na pala kaya. Tuloy-tuloy. Pero at least napapasaya ko yung mga bata. Yun ang importante naman. At yung sport, lagi natin pinapakilala sa mga tao ng ating table tennis for all ages, walang mataba, matapayat dito. Lahat po ay pwedeng matuto ng table tennis. And very healthy sport, maganda sa katating pangangatawan ang mapawisan through table tennis. Yan.
Okay, pati yung iba mga officials ng PTFI nagkikisabay din sa mga exhibition matches, di ba?
Yes.
Sana mapalakas tayo at maybe one day makabisita kayo sa training pag okay na yung restrictions.
Welcome kayo. Welcome.
So bago tayo mag-closing remarks, tanggalin mo muna face mask nyo kasi mag-group photo muna tayo.
Right.
Okay.
Ano ba?
Coach, alright. Okay,
Right.
thumbs up tayo In 1, 2, 3. And that's it for the first half of Rated G. Pero bago tayo magpaalam, nice mo muna nating magbigay ng closing remarks ang ating mga bisita na yon. At yung apela natin sa taong bayan na suportahan po natin ang Philippine Table Tennis Team going into the SEA Games. Simulan natin kay Coach Lauro Crisostomo. Please unmute. Please. Take 2.
Sa mga kababayan po natin na table tennis players or hindi man table tennis players, na sana suportahan niyo po kami na naganda po para sa SEA Games na maabot or makuha namin ang pinaka-goal namin na pintong medalya para sa bansa. So sana bigay niyo po yung support po para sa amin, pagdasal niyo po kami. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Coach Lauro. Coach Buding.
Good evening. Babatiin ko lang po si Ma'am Gladys. Nandun po sa taas. Thank you sa nanood sa live. Dito sa ping-pong, sa lahat na naglalaro ng table tennis. Sana supportahan niyo po kami sa darating na SEA Games sa Vietnam. Sana ipag-pray niyo po kami para syempre pag mag-pray tayo lahat, malaking attention namin talaga mananalo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Coach Bajing. Coach Joan.
Ayun, thank you po sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa lahat ng table tennis community, sa mga parents man dyan o sa mga bystander na sumusuporta kahit sino po. Malaking tulong po na lumalakas yung team natin dahil sa mga support ninyo sa kahit sa anong paraan po. Yun po, thank you.
And of course, ang ating presidente ng PTTFI, Coach Ting Ledesma. Uy, ipromote mo rin yung Alisin spray natin.
Yeah. Alright. kumbaga sa alam ko naman maraming supporter ang Philippine Table Tennis, no? Sa akin is itong darating na SEA Games, ang mas sigit na ang kailangan ng aming national team ay inyong mga in-team na pagdadasal. Yun yung mga kailangan namin na ibaon para makamit namin yung mga goals nila, mga dream nila. At alam ko bawat isa sa kanila ay talagang nangangarap makuha yung gintong medalya. Pero kung kulang yung pagdarasal, baka naman mabanderang kapos na naman kami. Kaya nakikiusap po ako sa mga nagmamahal ng Philippine Table Tennis Federation at sa national team na bigyan nyo kami ng lakas, dobleng lakas sa pamamagitan ng maimtim na pagdarasal. Ay, yan lang, sapat na po sa amin. Kami naman nakikita namin yung double time, triple time nila sa bawat araw na training nila. Kumbaga sa yun na lang ang pangailangan. Yun na lang ang kailangan namin. Kaya maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumuporta. Maraming salamat po, Gab, Pereiras, and Ernest. Kaya kayo mga nagmamahal sa amin, laging sumusuporta sa amin, binibigyan kami chance para ma-interview kami at ma-uplift yung sport namin. Huwag po kayo magsasawa sa pagtutulong sa amin. Kami po ay darating ang time, kayo naman iangat namin. Na? Okay? Thank you.
At alam ko si Ed Andaya na nakikinig din sa atin.
Ay, Boss Andaya. Thank you, Boss Andaya. Boss Andaya. Talagang sa tops yan na napaka-supportive din yan na tumutulong sa PTTF. Thank you so much.
And of course, the PSC and the POC at mga sponsors. Kaanap pa.
Yan ang pinaka-importante. Yung PSC, POC, kay President Congressman Bumble Tolentino, sobrang thank you po sa lahat ng suporta. Kay Chairman William Ramirez, thank you so much sa pag-suporta. At wag po kayo magsasawa, tulungan mga atleta natin. Kami po ay nakaalalay lang mga NSA President at lagi rin sumusuporta sa lahat ng programa ng PSC at saka POC. Thank you so much po sa kanilang lahat. Thank you so much.
And with that, greater things are coming for the Philippine Table Tennis Federation and the national team. So good luck sa ating mga kapongers sa lalaban for the SEA Games. Thank you so much sa ating mga bisitang coaches and of course si Boss Ting from the PTTFI. Stand by in a few minutes. Kasama naman natin si James Del Santos, top 1 IKATA top athlete natin. Please stand by. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and this time for our second part. Pasensya na po, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng delay dahil inaayos lang yung audio natin. Sama natin, top e-kata athlete today sa World Rankings. Marami na siyang napalaro ng titles in every international competitions that he joined. James De Los Santos, ano ba pinagkakabala niya? Ano ba ina-expect natin sa kanya in the coming days? We'll get to talk with James with him right now on our second part. James, thank you for joining me in this session tonight.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And Gab, again, thank you for having me here in this interview. I really appreciate it. Maraming salamat.
Imagine, ang tagal na tayo makipag-usap na noon since 2019 SEA Games eh. That controversy there. Pero, kamusta ka na, brother? It's been a while since we last talked to you via Messenger. This is the first time tayo mag-uusap via Messenger, Zoom call, di ba? How things going on sa career mo and sa life mo this new year?
Actually it's really been a long time now kasi like, aside from training and also competing in virtual tournaments for the past 2 years, I've also been very busy streaming on Kumu as well. So yeah, life has been quite busy for me lately, but everything's fine though.
Okay, so I've been following you since 2019 when you have a controversy with the national team. You were wrongfully expelled from there. You were supposed to compete in the SEA Games in Manila, but things have changed. Pero nakabubong ka na dun sa nangyari. Marami nagtanong sa akin, paano ba nagsimula sa ikata career mo? It is because of the ongoing pandemic or na-discover mo lang through a message from Sport Data?
Well, actually, kasi when the pandemic happened, the whole country or the whole world, I would say, was in a lockdown. And then that was like, I decided to, start training again, just to keep myself fit. And then that was like, I was, as the days passed, kasi I was just stuck at home. I was, I grew frustrated. I kept asking myself, now, why am I still continuing to train? What's there to look forward to? And then one of my former teammates, he sent me an invitation to the Palestine International Karate Cup. It was a virtual karate tournament, and then I was thinking, you know what? Why not just give this a try? Let's see, what happens here. And then so I participated, and that's when I won my first virtual gold medal. And then I started becoming more curious nga, like, are there any more of these virtual tournaments out there? And then that's when I came across Sport Data, when they were organizing virtual tournaments as well. And then they developed a world ranking system for virtual kata. So that's what made me think, na, you know what, why don't I give this one a try? Like, let's see if I can go far in these tournaments. I mean, the first steps were challenging. There were tournaments that I lost in, but that didn't stop me from continuing to compete in more of these tournaments. And eventually, by October 2020, I became the world #1 e-kata player, and I just kept continuing on. Competing in these tournaments, and by that year, I finished with mga 36 gold medals, and then the following year, I surpassed my own record by winning 39. So it's really been a very exciting journey for me. Aside from also streaming as well. Like I would, like make updates on what I'm doing next. And right now I'm just streaming right now, and I'm also continuing to train in case there are any more of these upcoming tournaments.
Yeah, pero flashback lang I was covered your first gold medal win last April. In fact, na-message kita kung nalaman ko yung balita na nag-uwi ka ng first title dati sa Pakistan ba yun?
Mm-hmm. I know it was I think it was hosted in Palestine, if I can remember. Yeah, I remember you tracked my win back there, and then I went on to join more tournaments after that.
So, alam mo naman na tataki ang tulong niyo para maging sikat ikaw sa mga ikata ko. Pakilala ka sa limelight ulit sa sports kasi dati po siyang SEA Games gold medalist for a couple of times now sa kata before, di ba?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, kasi the first SEA Games that I've joined in, that was back in 2011 in Jakarta, and that's where I won bronze for individual kata. And then in 2013, my second SEA Games, unfortunately, I didn't medal there. And then 2017, because karate was scrapped out in 2015. So 2017 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, I won bronze again in the men's individual kata. So yeah, so far like for all the SEA Games that I have competed in, I've won 2 bronze medals for the men's individual kata.
So medyo challenging kasi yung mga e-kata tournaments because it requires daming takes. Kailangan maging steady ka, skillful yung performances nyo, di pa ka pwedeng gumalaw ng gusto. Kumusta ang challenges mo from taking videos, taking performances, and uploading it in time for competitions? Na-pressure ka ba doon every time na mag-compete ka?
Yeah, sometimes kasi like especially with my kata coach, si Coach Masa, because he was coaching me all the way from Japan online, and he would always say, "No, not this one." Like he would really like focus on really studying each of my movements until he says, "Okay, I think we're ready to have a take. We're ready to submit a take for the competition." It was very kasi my kata coach was very meticulous. Every small mistake he would spot. He would always like he would make sure that the performance is at perfection. That's how hard it was for me. And sometimes like we also would, and there's that pressure also kasi with virtual competition, the judges have that opportunity to scrutinize your performance. Na ibig sabihin na they can rewind your video as much as they want and try to look for every mistake that you make. And also the waiting of the waiting for the result is also kind of nerve-wracking. It's like parang I would always refresh every single time. It's like you're just so nervous about the result, and then when it finally comes out, it's like, oh my god. It's a lot of nerves also, like just waiting for the result alone.
Minsan, umabot ka pa naman diling araw para hintayin yung result na, of course, you won the gold, you won the silver, you won the bronze time. So, may times ka rin ba na nakipag-gym for strength and conditioning?
I'm sorry, Gab.
May times ka ba na nag-gym ka for strength and conditioning?
Oh yeah, I do, because I had my conditioning coach, Jay Futalan. He gave me a program to follow, like in preparation for these virtual competitions. So I was able to keep in shape because of his program, and I'm very, very thankful that he was there to also assist me on that aspect for strengthening and conditioning.
Okay, so sino pala yung mga mabibigat na kalaban, yung mga big hard rivals na nakatapat mo? I know si Domont Bachas Moreto, tapos si Bustamante from US, lagi mong kaduelo every time na magto-tournament doon sa finals. Pero
Okay. That's true. Yeah, it's always Matias and Alfredo. Yeah, I've always been competing against them in final matches. And well, the first time I competed though, like in 2020, my main competitor that time was Eduardo Garcia from Portugal, and then also Boton Nagy from Hungary. He's the number 1 kata player in Hungary, and he was also an Olympic hopeful. But it was still a great opportunity to face these players. Like you always have that, like when you're striving for a goal, you always want to compete against players who are also better than you. So that's what motivates me to train a lot harder, and it's been really exciting and really an opportunity to compete against these players.
And by the way, si Eduardo Garcia yung dating number 1 mo bago ka nag-take over.
Oh yes, that was he was the number 1 back then, and then I took the spot on October 2020. So, and it was a very it was a proud moment for me, because climbing up to those rankings too, I had to go through some losses, but that's really part of the game. You know, sometimes you can't win them all, but it's what motivates you to just keep on going.
Pero hindi pa rin mawawala yung mga controversial results kaya nasa-settle ka dun sa silver, bronze recent in the past competitions, di ba?
Oh yeah, because also I've also been preoccupied with streaming as well, so that's why like I haven't been focusing so much. But now that like I've learned to balance my schedules, my own time. Now I can also start like making time for training again and start competing in these tournaments again.
And by that time, when you got the number one sa ICATA World Rankings in October, ano ba ang unang impression mo knowing that you won, you bagged the top title there?
Yes, it felt good bagging the number one spot, but at the same time, there's always that reminder that you have to maintain that spot because there are other competitors out there that want it. So that was also the challenge there, is maintaining that number one spot.
Okay, so far, ilan na ba yung mga medals na nakuha mo sa inyong ICATA career since April 2020? And up until now, naka-break ka muna sa pag-compete, di ba?
I think the 2020 I won a total of 36 golds, and then last year I surpassed that record by winning 39. So in total, I think that's, if my math is right, so that's 75, I think. Yeah. That's 75 gold medals already in total.
So kasama rin yung mga silver medals, so baka at yung bronze medals, so parang 100 na siguro.
Well, I haven't counted on those yet, but yeah, I guess I can do that maybe, or I don't know. I don't know if I went over 100 or lesser, but maybe I should just update myself.
So what are your lessons you implied in doing ICATA and joining ICATA tournaments, knowing that you are a veteran of the national team for such a long time?
Oh yes, like I guess it also comes down to experience as well, because I've been competing, and with these virtual tournaments I've been consistently competing, because it's also about exposing yourself in these tournaments. And the more, because training for me is not, training is vital, but it's not enough. You need also to expose yourself in these tournaments against other competitors, especially those that are better than you, because that will push you to train a lot harder. And plus it also gives you that feeling, like of stepping on the stage, a stage that you were not used to before. Now that you're starting used to it, you start becoming better at performing, whether it's physical and mental performance. So that was the benefit there. That's how I was able to climb to the top of the world ranking for ICATA, because I've been training and I've been exposing myself in these tournaments. And yeah, both of them, training and exposure, is very important.
By the way, singit ko lang nanonood sa atin si Gladys Escasa, yung may birthday kanina dun sa table tennis. And of course, good na Tito Talaw and si May Balbuena na mag-retire na as sports editor sa Manila Bulletin at yung Pangmasa. I know those newspapers are regularly covering yung mga tournaments, lalo na si Waylon Galvez.
Oh, hi. Hello to you all. Like it's really been a long time since I last talked to you all. But then, yeah, I'm gonna start getting back into training again kasi sobrang focused ako sa streaming lately. So, yeah, I'll make time to start training and competing again.
Okay, pag-usapan natin kung mamaya, pero balik tayo sa ICATA. I know marami na-inspire sa inyo with the victories that you have earned, and even your club, yung MKKPI, as students na awak mo, kinoach mo, para nanalo din ang medal. I know, na-invite ko na dati sa TOPS, yung isa sa mga students, si Fatima noon eh.
Si Fatima, yes.
Sa mga national at local at international competitions din.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm actually really happy that they were able to join the virtual tournaments during the height of the pandemic, and they were able to also bring good results, and especially their head instructor, Sensei Jerby Lacorte, who really supported them, and also me as well with this virtual tournament journey. Like, I'm just very thankful, and I'm also proud of what they've accomplished back at the height of the pandemic.
So every success, hard work already paid off. How was your reaction of your fellow sports friends, national athletes, knowing na nananalo ka sa mga ikata tournaments in the past 2 years?
Well, my message to all of them is just just continue training, despite whatever challenges, whatever difficulties that there may be in front of you. Remember, challenges, hardships, they're all temporary. It's just another obstacle for you to go through. So once you get over that obstacle, you'll become a lot better as an athlete. Just continue training despite all the hardships that you're going through. That's the only way that you'll become a top athlete.
And especially many athletes right now dominating the international sports scene, especially yung ating first Pinay Olympian na nanalo ng si Idelin Diaz.
Yeah.
To be part of the sports achievers in the Philippines right now, being an IKATA champion, and even you have recognized last year by the PSA.
Yes, I'm really, really proud of that, and especially Heidelin, I'm really, really proud that she won the country's very first Olympic gold medal last year. I'm super, super proud of sa kanya. Like, especially that when I first met her back in 2015 through Coach Jay Futalan. I remember she was still training. I mean, in her first 2 Olympic games, she didn't make it, but then later on she won silver and then went on to win gold. Like, it was a very proud moment for me as well to see her win. Like, because we've been really trying to win that elusive Olympic gold medal for, I think, mga 97 years, and she finally got it. I'm super proud of her, and in regards to being recognized by the PSA for my achievements, I'm still very, very proud of that achievement. Kasi PSA awards they're not easy to earn. So I'm really proud of the PSA award that I earned last year for my achievement.
Are you still aware with the developments in national team natin, especially si Juna Chukii and Jamie Lim are still competing abroad. Pero for now, priority mo muna ang IKATA kaysa mag-compete ng national team. Parang the time is come para ibigay na lang ito sa yung spot mo sa IKATA sa mga bata natin eh.
Well, kasi right now it hasn't been on my, I've seen them also achieving, and great for them. Congratulations to them. But in my case though, like, being on the national team hasn't been on my mind right now because I've been really focused on other things, all the blessings that were given to me. So that's where I'm just really focusing on right now, and I'm just gonna see what happens next.
So what's next for James for this year? May plans ka ba nakaset para pagpatuloy ang training mo abroad, or maybe in the next IKATA or face-to-face competitions if you're invited?
Oh yes, yeah, because I've seen that actual competitions are back now. I mean, I do admit I miss the actual competitions, but who knows? I mean, I will still continue training, and if there are any more virtual tournaments, I'd be happy to join, and the actual tournaments, I'd be also more than open. But right now, I'm just going to focus on training, and also focus on my other career, streaming, and yeah, let's just see what happens there. I mean, I can see that there will be more exciting things ahead for me to look forward to. So that's where I'm gonna look at right now.
Para naka-standby ka muna doon sa mga competitions. Pero kailan yung susunod na competition mo, if I announce it?
Next competition, right now I don't, what's this? I haven't seen any virtual tournaments up lately. An actual tournament, I'll cross the bridge when I get there, because I also miss the thrill of competing face to face. But I'll definitely keep you guys updated on what's next to come in terms of competing.
Okay, mapunta naman ako sa ibang topic. Ayun, your sisters also joining a reality show dati, yung The Clash, di ba? Nag-uusap tayo sa
Yes.
musical genes ka, James, at inyong family, di ba?
Oh yes. Well, kasi my mom and my sisters, they're more of singers, artists. Kasi my mom, she joined The Voice Philippine edition, the first season. She was under Team Sarah until hanggang top 16 lang siya, and then yeah, my older sister, she recently joined the Clash, but she's been in other singing in other singing competitions before, like American Idol season 10 or 11, I think, and she also competed in Filipinas Got Talent together with my mom and my younger sister. So yeah, that's the other side of my family. Me, I think I'm the only one that got the athletic ability. But then yeah, so far it's but I'm still proud of their accomplishments as well, like as to what they're doing right now.
And of course, last year, ito nga, nabanggit mo yung Kumu, ha? You also streaming platform na Kumu. At maganda naman ang naging reception every time you posted the content there sa Kumu. Could you share with us your Kumu moment in your entire career? Naka-isang taon ka na recent. Meron ka ng fans club James, diba?
Grabe. Well, actually kasi Kumu, to be honest lang, I wasn't very comfortable with Kumu in the beginning kasi being that I'm an introverted person. So I wasn't very comfortable with interacting with people that you just meet online. So but then it was just really a matter of just pushing yourself and also others pushing you. So then later on I eventually got used to it. And it's been a great journey in Kumu so far. I think I've already been there for a year, and for a year and 3 months, and I still have to celebrate my anniversary on Kumu as well. So yeah, it's been such a great journey. I've met new friends, and I got to connect with new people, and I started also like doing things that were outside my comfort zone. Kasi akala ko I was just limited to being an athlete, but then in Kumu, my content is entirely different from aside like from what I do outside of it. Because everybody knows me as an athlete, but then yeah, in Kumu, I do things entirely different there. So it's been a very fun journey there.
Kumusta naman yung pagkanta mo sa Kumu? Lalo na.
It's Kumu is singing is it's something I do for fun on Kumu. I'm like, hindi ako na same level as my mom or my sisters. Iba sila talaga. But yeah, singing for fun. It's especially when my viewers request me to sing one of their favorite songs. It's very enjoyable. I get laughs along with them. It's been enjoyable. Kahit I just do it for fun.
And of course, nakakatulong din ang Kumu kasi sa income. Mapataas yung income nyo. And of course, marami ka rin nakikilala ng mga sports personalities din I know some figure skating na nasa Kumu din. Her name is Misha Pabian. Kilala mo ba yan?
Yes. I've seen her there. I think there were other athletes that I've seen there joining Kumu as well. Like I've dropped by their streams and said hi. So yeah, it's also great to see other athletes joining this the Kumu platform as well. Just to it's also another way for me to interact with them, and also for others, their own supporters, to interact with them as well.
By the way, what is your schedule of your Kumu live sessions, and kailan ba yung anniversary para makadalaw? Hindi pa.
Well, yung aking anniversary kasi I haven't set a schedule for it, pero kasi in Kumu, when I joined Kumu, I first opened my account on June 15, 2020. So my my monthsaries in Kumu are usually in every 15th day of the month. So I'm planning to schedule my anniversary on that day itself. And also I'm usually I've been streaming on Kumu every from 4 p.m. Starting at 4 p.m. But then there are times now that I change my schedules because kasi like I may have other due to other plans or other schedules. So I usually just announce it in my support group chat on when I will be streaming. So yeah, it's and I'm also proud to have to have met new supporters on my streams as well. They call themselves the Jamesters. So I'm very happy to have met all of them and keeping in touch with them. So because they've they're usually on my streams. Like every time I announce when I'm gonna stream, they're usually there, and I'm just very thankful for their support. It's been really a great run with them, and I also joined another campaign a few days ago, and I emerged as one of the winners. So because of their support, I wouldn't have gotten it. So I really thank them for that.
Pero yung mga Jamesters, nakapalo din yan sa inyong Ikata career, di ba?
Oh yes, they have. I've been also updating them on on my progress. So most of my Jamesters they know me really as an athlete. So at least like I'm also getting to be more open with them as well about what I do besides being a streamer.
By the way, last two questions na lang before we end.
Mhm.
You were there when Typhoon Odette hit Cebu. Kasi nagbakasyon ka last
Mhm.
year, di ba? And
Yes.
natin, ang saklap, daming naapekto ng mga pamilya, daming nasira ng mga bahay, daming properties na na-damage. And
Mhm.
that you are safe, what was your moments before, during, and after the typhoon, the impact and the aftermath of it?
It was kasi Typhoon Odette was very unexpected. So like I was the night before, yeah, because the night before the typhoon came in, I was streaming. I was just like enjoying my time there in Cebu, and then all of a sudden the typhoon just happened. Like everything was down. There was walang kuryente, walang tubig, walang internet. So like everything was just like a complete blackout back in Cebu. Like it was difficult for me to stream because there was no area for a good connection, and it was also there was no electricity, there was no water. And sometimes like especially when I had to, especially when you have to bathe, when you have to shower, you have to be very careful with how much water you're using. Because my area had no water whatsoever, then and no electricity as well. So it was a really a tough situation for me and my family back there. And I was supposed to come back here to Manila on January 15, but because of the circumstances that happened in Cebu, I had to fly back to Manila earlier. Especially now that I'm already a talent under Kumu, so I have to fulfill my requirements as well. So yeah, my whole family had to go back to Manila just for that reason. But right now, I mean, from what I'm hearing, Cebu is doing better now. At least there's I from what I heard, my dad tells me that there's already electricity and there's already water, but I think they're still repairing the internet or like the reception in my area. So I think everything is going well so far now in Cebu, and yeah, I hope that they can get back in progress just in time.
Especially yung mga ibang mga Cebu sports fans natin, si Mary Joy Tabal, si Rita,
Yeah.
so also affected with this typhoon, kaya naawa rin sila gaya nila.
Oh yes, si Joy, kasi si Joy is actually my neighbor, so I know exactly how she felt. So yeah, because there were those days where I would just catch her outside my house and also her husband's, and then we would just talk about how what's going on now, and like how her preparation is for her next tournaments. And See Margie also, yes, she's also from Cebu, but I haven't what's this like? Because we're not very like yeah, like I've seen her around. I mean, I think we just know each other by name and face. But yeah, it would also be a great opportunity to meet and talk with her sometime. But yeah, I think so far like I hope everything is going much better for them now, especially down there in Cebu. I think they're still they're still repairing the damages from Typhoon Odette, and hopefully with the next tournaments to come, especially SEA Games, tsaka Asian Games, like I hope they're also preparing well for for those tournaments.
And shoutout muna tayo kay Joy, kay Margie, and kay Rina na nagte-training ngayon sa Manila for the SEA Games too.
Ah, talaga? Ah, okay. So wishing her the yeah, kasi 'di ba meron ng SEA Games this coming May. So yeah, I wish not just her but all the athletes for the best of luck in this coming SEA Games.
Last question before we end. Any future goals for your career sa ikata, sa karate itself, sa inyong career, sa family life, sa love life din, at sa kumu?
Well, because in terms of my karate tournaments right now, competitions, I'm still because I'm still focusing on training, and if there are any tournaments for me to compete in, I'll gladly announce it. And yes, I'm also focusing right now on Kumu as well, because everything has been going great so far, and I like it's and I still want to keep that the momentum going. Well, and then on other aspects, well, love life. Well, I mean, right now for me, I'm just believing on just focusing on myself and just really going after just focusing on what I love doing, because I believe that everything else will follow, rather than just focusing on finding that ala may hugot na. But then rather than focusing on finding the right person for you, why not focus on becoming the right person, focus on bettering yourself, focus on achieving goals that you want to achieve. Because for some strange reason, it's just that once you start doing that, you start removing all the negative aspects out of your life, and then you start attracting the positive things into your life, like whether it's the rewards, whether it's the right people, and who knows, maybe one of those right people could be that person for you. I mean, who knows? But then yeah, like I just want to focus on myself right now, and I know that all the blessings are going to follow.
Self-love palagi. Self-love.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I mean, walang no pressure naman. But then let's just see what happens.
And with that, James, thank you so much. Pero hindi pwede nating umalis ka nang hindi tayo mag-group photo. Take ko
Of course.
Thumbs up po tayo in 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. James De Los Santos, our top Ikata athlete. Thank you so much for joining us here on Noita G. Final words and support, shout out sa mga supporters and sponsors sa inyong career.
Okay, first of all, I want to, again, Gab, thank you for inviting me to this interview. It's really an opportunity to be here, and I also want to, thank God for all the blessings that He has given me, throughout the pandemic. Without Him, nothing is possible. So, and I also want to thank my sponsors, Cafeya, for always being there with me, even during my most challenging times. To Intercare, chiropractic, and I also want to thank my family, and also my friends and my supporters, the Jamesters. Thank you guys for for being with me, for supporting me with my athletic and my Kumu career. Like I really wouldn't have gone this far without all of you. So again, really, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. At syempre, kung may time, magpakape tayo minsan.
Of course.
Sa Taguig eh, syempre. Kasi
Mhm.
yung kapatid ko, andun nakatira yun eh. So baka
Okay.
sa Vista Mall eh.
Sige, just let me know. Malapit lang ako sa Vista Mall eh.
Of course, wag kang aalis, mag-extra pa ako. So with that, we have bring to a close itong Rated G. Thank you sa table tennis team kanina. Thank you rin kay James De Los Santos for joining us. We have more sets of interviews coming your way this week. Mag-interview tayo kay Tanya De La Cruz, kay Raven Arguseba, Kim Molino, and other athletes that you want to share the experiences here on our Facebook page, Sports Corner PH, at sa ating Sports on Air Weekly every Friday. And next week, meron pa rin po tayong Rated G, so abangan niyo po kung sinang ating guest natin. Please like, follow, subscribe, and share Sports Corner PH, Sports on Air, Dag Out Philippines. And of course, huwag po natin kakalimutan, PSA Awards, March 14 on Diamond Hotel. Baka doon tayo magko-cover niyan. Kaya baka wala na tayong programa that day. And with that, Rated G will now sign up for this week. So mag-iingat po tayo. Alert level 1 po tayo bukas sa buong NCR. Pero may pandemic pa rin, may COVID pa rin. God bless, ingat, and stay safe. Bye!
Thank you again.